race and everything could change.
At what point do you look at the concept you've got and draw a line under it and move on to maybe trying something new, do you think?
Physics win over mystics, and we still believe that the physics can make the car work, and that's why we're not giving up on the development avenue as now.
Are you giving up on the championship next year?
No, also. No. We are 4 races into the championship. We are really lacking performance, and on paper we're just not fighting for a win. But that doesn't mean that in 6 races from now or 8 we are fighting for it.
So Nico, not fighting for the win, but very much still in this fight. What is a realistic target then for the Mercedes drivers today to sort of salvage?
Can you guys hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Sorry about that. Let's get started. Oh my goodness. It helps when you plug things in. Magically they work. Strange thing about electricity. All right, we have a beautiful sunny day here.
We do.
Hopefully the weather in your neck of the woods is as good. Sound like Al Roker. Yes, I stole that line. To get started today, let's bring our feet to the sides of the mat. Run your feet parallel with the sides of your mat. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Hold them up. Rotate the palms forward and continue to spiral the thumbs backwards as much as you can. Record a little bit of opening. Now, if you're feeling tension in the neck, I like to try to grow by lifting from the top of the head, and then take the back of the head and pull it upwards and backwards. Take your arms, let them sweep backwards as you continue to lift the shoulders. I'm going to squint because the sun's crushing my eyes right now. As you inhale, bring the palms forward, up shoulder height, keeping the thumbs running or palms running parallel to the earth. Bring the baby fingers together. Draw the elbows into the body and then pull them all the way through and back to that nice opening for the chest while those back muscles across the shoulders activate. Let's hold on this for a breath. As you exhale the breath, bring the pinky fingers together, extend the arms forward. As the forearms connect, raise the hands up about eye level, and then separate the hands by pulling with the thumbs slowly, expanding across the chest, activating across the back. Take a big inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. On the exhale, slowly fold forward. Try to keep your legs relatively straight and the spine relatively straight. Feel some nice lengthening through those hamstrings. When your fingertips are light on the mat, inhale, extend the spine, and pull the back of the head to the sky. Exhale, let that spine round and just kind of hang out for a couple breaths. To create a little bit of positional awareness while we're hanging out here. Let's draw the hips backwards until you feel most of the weight bearing transition off the front part of the foot and definitely onto those heels of yours. Excuse me. Now, with those heels being the primary weight-bearing area, let's straighten the leg. Feel a nice pull, hopefully, through the hamstrings. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, fold. Since we started off in the middle part, or I'm anyways, I'm going to walk my hands forward and step my feet back to plank. Now, keep the arms relatively straight. We're going to take the elbows and try to rotate them away from the body, and then slowly rotate them back in to the point where you kind of feel your elbows lock out, and then just back off of that ever so slightly. Let's take the knees and gently lower them towards the mat, your mat, of course. And then bring straightness back to the legs as we elevate the knees back up. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Let's tie an imaginary string onto your tailbone and pull it high to the sky. And as your butt goes skyward, come up onto your tippy toes. I like saying that, tippy toes. Now drive the heels downward. Keep that motion active as you take the knees and bend them and try to lower them towards your mat. That nice lengthening under the side foot. Come all the way down onto your knees. Flip your toes out so the tops of your feet rest on your mat and walk your hands forward. And enjoy child pose here for a couple breaths. As we come up onto all fours, positioning our hands under shoulders, let's let the head drop. Then take an imaginary string off that tailbone of yours and then put it on the center of the spine. And then you use that to pull the center of the spine towards the sky. Just let your head kind of fall off the body. The elbows and spiral them in, almost locking out. And then back off of it ever so slightly. Let's take that string from the center of the spine and release it. And now let's push our chest through that shoulder girdle of ours towards the earth. If we rotate the tailbone to the sky, do the same with the head. The back of the head pulling high, the chest pushing through, the shoulders towards the earth. Now, hollow out the belly. Try to pull your belly button up and into the spine. You should feel a nice pull in around that belly. Those are your rectus abdominis muscles. Let's reverse that. Let the head fall. Pull with that imaginary string, the center of the spine. Push everything away from the earth. Keep that little break in the elbows as you tuck your tailbone under this time. Inhale. And as you exhale, reverse. And let's make a couple of flows between these 2 points. Inhaling as you come into cat. And exhaling as you come into cow. And when we're ready, everyone meet in neutral spine. Take the right hand, extend it forward, and then bring it back to the earth. And do the same with the left. When you're extending the hand forward, rotate the palm into the midline of the body so the thumb's aiming up at the sky. Keep alternating.
Do this.
This is easy stuff, yeah. Just kind of lubricating the shoulders themselves. Now hold on to all fours. Take the right hand this time and bring it out directly to the side of the body. And let's face the palm down at the earth. Nice. My back has now become a resting spot for Kirsten's hand. Now take your right shoulder. So the arm has a lot of mobility. I can move it, but I want to move the shoulder to the sky. And as I do so, let's make sure we're not migrating left or right with the hips. Try to keep them in their spot right over the knees. Let's lower the right hand and bring the left hand out. Take the left shoulder to the sky. Manage that transition or that body's desire to want to transition from side to side through the hips as we alternate left side to right side. And we're going to use breath to help facilitate the movement. Inhaling as the shoulder rises. Exhaling as we return to all fours. Keep going. Your pace. It's not a race. I'm not getting in your face. And my poem is over. All right, come back to all fours. Let's tuck our toes under if they aren't presently. And let's separate the knees about the width of the mat and do the same with the feet. So we have a big wide stance. Now, take your chest and push it down towards. So that's basically we're descending through the shoulder girdles. You can kind of feel the muscles across the shoulders, a little more active, and maybe a little bit of burning in the muscles just behind the shoulders themselves. With the toes tucked, let's float the knees and then gently put them down on the earth and do it again. All the while as we alternate between these 2 points, up and down, make sure your head isn't falling off your body. And in fact, try to lift the back of the head, always lift it towards the sky, and try not to push too far through the shoulders. Try to keep that chest as close to the earth as possible. And everyone meet with knees up. Now pull your hips up and back to down dog. We have a wide stance. Let's drive the feet towards the earth. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. And as you exhale, step your feet forward, framed by your hands. Inhale, extend to a flat back again. Positional awareness. Let's drift your booty back until you feel the weighting back to the heels. Mostly. Extend as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Hands down, step back, plank. Give me a hover low. And then take it to the mat. Let's keep our hands positioned up by our shoulders. And then lift the elbows towards the sky. You should feel those muscles across the back, upper back, being a little more active. If your face is compressing into your mat, let's try to lift up so that it hovers just above your mat. And then let the elbows lower. And with the assistance of the arms, let's extend the back, trying to lift the chest up off the earth. We're going to keep our belly down as we elevate chests. As you inhale and as you exhale, come back down. Hover the face, lift the elbows to the sky. Keep the palms on the earth. We're not taking those hands up. Lower the elbows. Lift the back of the head. Lift that chest. Lower back down. Palms down, elbows up. Elbows lower. Back of head lifts. Chest lifts up. Inhale. Exhale down. Let's go through this motion a couple more times. See if you can increase the range of motion. And if it's not there, that's fine. It's your body. You're aware of what's going on. You take it to the spot that it's best for today. Let's all meet face hovering, lower down from your knees. That's the hinge point here. Let's take your belly button, pull it into your spine. Let's hold up on that and then push up off the mat. Pull the hips back all the way back towards the heels. Come back up to all fours as we step the hands under shoulders. Let's separate the knees to the width of the mat and bring the ball of each ball and heel of each foot, together. Now, let's draw the hips backwards towards the heels and then walk the hands forward. Modified child's pose. So we're kind of getting the hips opened up a little bit, getting those muscles a little more lengthened. And then walk the hands back in. Rotate the knees back into center so that your thighs are now touching. Let's keep the toes tucked and take your chest and push it through the shoulders themselves. Got to get those plural all correct, right? Now, with toes tucked, float the knees. Pull the hips up and back to down dog. Drive the heels to the earth. Bring those knees back down onto the earth. Pull the back of the head to the sky. Push the chest through that shoulder girdle of yours. Keep the back of the head pulling to the sky. Elevate the knees. Elevate the hips. Drive the heels earth. Pull the booty to the sky. And then lower the knees back down to the earth. Push your chest through those shoulders of yours. Pull the back of the head to the sky. Float the knees. Pull the hips up and back. Come up onto the tippy toes like a big pike position. High, high, high with the hips. High, high, high with the tailbone. Drive the heels to the earth. Step the feet framed by the hands. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Now from the base of the spine, that's your tailbone, one vertebrae at a time. I like you to imagine you're basically taking a string from each vertebrae and pulling it up to the sky. Let your arms just kind of dangle as we articulate the joints, each joint of the spine. We're basically coming up one joint at a time, all the way to standing. Pull the shoulders up towards the ears. Rotate the palms to face forward. Continue to spiral the thumbs as far back around as you can. Sweep the hands backwards as you continue to raise the shoulders. As you inhale, sweep the hands all the way to the sky. Use your fingers to pull the arms long and pull those shoulders out of their joints straight up as you inhale. And as you exhale, let everything relax. Shoulders pull up, palms rotate forward, thumbs spiral as far back as you can, arms swing all the way back, hold them back, drift that butt back, give me as much weight bearing into the heels as you can. Try to keep the legs relatively straight without toppling back. I just want you to find that balance point where you have that weight as far back as you can. Now, while you hold on that, imagine the center line of the body, and then imagine trying to spiral your heels away from it. So we're going to try to rotate through. Try to avoid having the thighs come in and touch. This is a isometric activation. So as the heels work, nice burning sensation right above the hip joint. Take the hands, bring them forward, palms face the sky. The ball of each big toe is on that mat of yours, right? Just checking. Now, take the back of the head, lift it to the sky. Bring the baby finger and forearm together. Inhale, raise. Exhale, flip the palms towards the earth and rotate the thumbs all the way down. So if you can, palms are facing away from the midline of the body with thumbs aiming down at the earth. Separate your fingers widely. Now, look at the space between both hands. Keep that space as you rotate to the right. Keep the space as you come back center and take it to the opposite side. And alternate side to side. Inhaling as you go to the extreme, exhaling back center, and continue to do so at your own pace until you run into your wife. All right, everyone meet in the center. Flip the palms to face. Sweep the hands to the sky. Inhale, extend everything. Exhale, bring hands over heart. Take your right foot, step it forward. Step the left foot back and take that left heel up off the mat. Now, separation of church and state. Church is left, state is right. Let's keep the distance about hip width apart. That's a bad political joke, I know. But what do you expect this early on Sunday? Now, rotate the foot so that the ball of the big toe is connected to your mat, and then rotate it back so you feel that baby toe also connected too. Whoa, see how it messes with your balance a little bit? Now, figure out balance. We're up on the toes of the back foot. That heel of the back foot's aiming up at the sky. Bring as much straightness as you can to that front leg. And then just back off of it ever so slightly. That's just bending the knee, just ever so slightly. Let's lean in without bending the knees. So the legs are immobile. The hinge point here is the hips. Spine is long, neck is long. Hold on that. Now, lean in just a little more without changing the bottom of the body. This is just a hip hinge, hinging through the hip. Now, just lean in just a little more. Should be a pretty significant low. We should kind of feel it definitely on that right hip area, gluteal, hamstring, a little bit over the top. If you're feeling that, you're connecting with this exercise. Awesome job. Now, with hands over heart. We're going to extend the hands forward. Palms are together. We're going to open the palms, rotate the thumbs down. We were just doing this before. We're going to take the distance, engage it between the hands, keep it the same, rotate to the right, come back center. And then just continue on the right side. So we're not coming across left. We're just staying, rotating right. And if you lose your balance, take a moment to reestablish all of those connections, those kinetic chains, if you will. There should be a significant amount of burning going on. Everyone meet back center, hands over heart, step the back foot forward, say, ah, and then push your hands to the sky. As you inhale, separate arms, shoulder width, separate the fingers and pull the whole body skyward. Inhale, exhale, fold all the way down. Hang out for 1 second. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold it back down, hands down, step back plank. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about the other side. Hover low, hover high, hover low, hover high. Knees are optional, up if you can, down, up. One more time, down. One more time, up. Pull up and back to down dog. Step your feet to the center part of your mat. Draw your butt backwards. Weight to the heels. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. One vertebrae at a time from the base of the spine. Pull your body, upper body, up. One vertebrae at a time. When you hit the standing mark, pull the shoulders up to the ears. Rotate the palms to face forward. Spiral the thumbs all the way back. Keep those shoulders lifting to the sky. Sweep those arms back. As you inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. And as you exhale, bring hands over hearts. Left foot steps forward, right foot steps back. Separation of church and state. Back at that old, are you trying to push me over? Now, ball of the big toe. Little toe touching. Leg relatively straight in the front. Make it straight, back off just a little. High on the toes on that back foot. Lean in just a little. Holding this. Let's get your balance. Think of the push of the legs. So you're pushing the body up and away from the earth. We're trying to defy gravity, but we're really mostly creating muscle activation and the muscle chains that originate from the feet and extend up and into the hip. Let's lean just a little more. Again, this is not an upper back flexion exercise. This is a hip hinging exercise. We're toning that gluteal muscle and we're making it more active. We're getting it some endurance, if you will. Lean a little more. Beautiful. Palms stay together. Extend the arms forward, straight out. Separate the hands, rotate the thumbs to the earth. Notice the gap between the hands. Rotate left. Come back center. And continue to do that. Most important connection points. The ball of the big toe. The little toe touching the mat. Figuring out the balance as we create the rotation. So key to spinal stabilization. Gotta get this all mastered. It won't happen today. This is a work in progress. Come back center. Bring hands back over heart. Step the back foot forward. Big sigh of relief, Kirsten says. Push the hands to the sky. Pull everything skyward. Exhale, fold all the way down. Step it back to plank. Hover low. Hover high. Hover low and high. 2 more times. Pull up and back to down dog. Come up onto our tippy toes. Pull your butt high to the sky. Drive the heels to the earth. Take your right leg, lift it. Switch it for the left. And alternate left to right. While we do this, check in with the other parts of your body. Shoulders and hips remaining square. Continue to walk it out. Keep the knee locked. So you're really using your gluteal here to lift the leg. Should feel a little bit of burning. We're using our lateral stabilizers while we work to keep the shoulders and hips square. Keep walking. And then everyone meet with knees on the ground and hands walking back to the body as we separate the knees hip width apart. Separate the feet the same distance. Keep on the toes in the back. Just come up into a kneeling position. Now, if your hips are back slightly, let's push them forward so we feel a nice pull over that hip joint in the front. Take your shoulders up to the ears. Palms face forward. Thumbs spiral all the way back. Make an effort to lift the shoulders higher as you pull your thumbs backwards. As you inhale, sweep the hands forward, shoulder height. As you exhale, baby fingers and forearms connect. As you inhale, raise the arms higher. As you exhale, pull with the elbows all the way back. Like we're serving up a platter. Here we go. Extend forward. Connect forearms and baby fingers. Inhale, raise those arms. Oh. Exhale, pull all the way back. Hollow out your belly, right? Support that spine. Keep that belly button pulling into it. Extend forward. Raise up. Inhale. Exhale. Pull back. Let's do it one more time. Forward. Connect. Lift. Inhale. Exhale. Pull it back. Hold back. Now, flip your thumbs to the sky. Clench your hands, make little fists out of them. Take the right foot, step it forward. Nice, now come up off that left knee. Step that back foot forward. Take your butt, draw it back, give me as much weight bearing into the heels. And as you pull your elbows backwards and then eventually to the sky, fold halfway down. So in this half folded position, if you're bent through the knees, try to extend through them, hollow out your belly. So pull your belly button up into the spine, draw the elbows high to the sky. And if your head has fallen off your body, pull the back of the head up. You should feel like you have a nice proud chest, nice active muscles through those back shoulders across the shoulder blades. Come back up to standing. And then do it again. And then up and down, oscillate up and down at your own speed. All the while, think of extension through the back, extension through the neck, activation across the back and across the shoulders in particular, folding down, keeping those knees nice and straight, keeping as much weight bearing into the heels. Are we getting it? Nice. Fold down one more time. What did you just stop for?
My arms are tired.
Come back up. Push the hands back to the sky. Fold all the way down. step it or walk it to plank. Hover low, hover high. Do it 3 more times. Knees are optional. Up and back to down dog. High to the tippy toes. Pull your butt to the sky. Drive the heels to the earth. Lower the knees down onto your mat, hip width apart. Walk the hands back, keeping the knees and the feet separated equal distance, coming up onto the kneeling position. Push the hip forward, hollow out, shoulders up, palms forward, rotate thumbs back, sweep back with the arms. Inhale, sweep those hands forward. Baby fingers, forearms connect. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, pull with the elbows all the way back. Extend forward, connect, lift, lower, and pull. Oh, I'm torturing Kirsten. Up, inhale, exhale, back. 4 times is the charm today. Did you notice? Up, lift, inhale. Bring hands over heart. Take the opposite set. This is the right foot stepping forward.
Yeah, it's the left.
It's the left?
Yep.
Coming up. You're right, it is the left. No, we didn't.
Yep.
Maybe lose my train of thought now. So yeah, step the back foot forward. Thank you. All right, push your hands to the sky. Inhale, extend. I think we missed something. All right, now we're gonna fold halfway forward. You'll let the arms kind of drop into the sides of the body with the palms facing forward. Let's pull the shoulders up to the ears. Let's make the hands into fists. Told you we missed something. Crazy wife. Now, thumbs up at the sky, fisted hands, elbows pull back, fold halfway forward. Here we go. Come back up. These are like, I call these good mornings because they're kind of like, almost like a good morning salute. Same as before. Heels being the weight bearing. If we change the position where we have more weighting into the front part of the foot, we still work the same muscles, but the load into the muscle changes. So we're trying to focus the load into the hamstrings and the gluteals by drawing those hips back. Very important that we strengthen these muscles. We sit on them pretty much most of the day. And this is our opportunity to exercise them back to being healthy and active in our movement. Now come back up, extend the hands to the sky. Now that I figured out where I was again, fold all the way forward and then have a seat. Oh. I'm gonna grab a little bit of water. Cheers.
Cheers.
Got Val, we got Susan here. Anne's going to be doing the class later today. I hope everyone's doing well, enjoying our Sunday fun day. Let's extend the legs all the way out with our feet about hip width apart. We're going to come into our staff pose now. The origin of strength happens in our hips. There's so much muscle attachment that goes on there. So we're going to focus a little bit of our attention there. Right now, I'm doing what I call sitting on my tailbone. So my pelvic girdle is kind of rotated back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to roll up onto what I know as the ischium or our sit bones, S-I-T. You'll kind of notice that. It's almost like a little clicking sound kind of goes on, or you can kind of feel those bony protuberances of the pelvis. The backside thereof, of course, connected with the mat. Okay, so that's Kirsten's way of saying it's time to move on. Now, with that, we're going to have a little bit of muscle activation, and we're just holding on this to see who fatigues first. And you'll know when you kind of get fatigue going on because all of a sudden you kind of release off of those sit bones and the tailbone starts to become more pronounced in its weight bearing. So let's refocus the energy, but this time imagine the sternum, your chest bone. We're going to pull up to the sky and then pull up and forward as we come on to our sit bones. Let's bring hands over heart. It's funny because this is part of our good posture. And I'm sure that you're probably aware, as am I, that just sitting for this amount of time like this is very challenging, which is why working at a desk during the day, it's important to get up and walk around and to kind of practice good postural behavior, kind of like we're doing right now. Now that we've talked it to death, or now that I've talked it to death, much the same way we were coming up off or to a standing position, one vertebrae at a time, that is, I'd like you to roll down the upper body onto your mat and let the back of your head gently lie it down. Take the hands, extend them straight up into the sky, right over the chest. Let's take your, spiral them into the center line of the body so the palms face forward, and then continue to spiral the thumbs downward, towards your feet. Now, with that inwardly rotated arm of yours, or arms, plural, let's begin to extend the arms backwards. And as you extend backwards, try to keep the elbow from bending. And then come all the way back up. And then flip the thumb up. And then flip the palm all the way around so the thumb's pointing away from the body. As you inhale, extend those arms backwards, as far back as you can. And then come all the way back up and let the arms come down beside the body. Let's move your shoulder blades around so that you have them nice and flat on your mat. That's an unforeseen consequence. I didn't try to rhyme it. Push your chest towards the sky without pushing into the back of your head. This is simply an activation in the front part of the body. Active through the shoulders. Let's cup the fingers so that your fingertips are like wrapped around a tennis ball or something, but bring the fingertips and thumb tips onto your mat right beside your body. So you have that nice proud chest. Now let's hollow out. Let's take your belly button and pull it into the spine. Keep that active. So we're going to, just like staff pose, that activation, we're going to keep it active as we just take our feet and step them in an inch or two, just enough to put a little bend in the knees. We're going to keep the heels hip width apart, but we're going to rotate inwardly the thighs and the big toes so that they touch. And when your big toes touch, flex the feet. Try to pull your toes in towards the shins. Now, most important, give me as best of effort as you can to squeeze
Lily,
the thighs.
stay here.
Push the thighs together. Push harder. Push harder. Now, keep the tummy hollowing out. Keep those thighs squishing together. You can hear the labor in my breath because there's a lot of effort, a lot of force going on right now. I hope you feel the same. Try to push the heels into the earth. Squeeze the thighs ever so slightly more. Try to lift that tailbone up, off. You can push with your fingertips. Keep the arms straight. Lower down and extend all the way out. Bring the arms above the head. Oh my goodness. So much fun. So that's just a big isometric activation for the hamstrings, but we're really working those inner thigh muscles. That's the whole purpose of this exercise. We're going to take all those other elements out of play. We're going to do it another time, one more time that is. We're going to bring the heels in ever so slightly. We're going to keep that little bend in the knees, and we're going to go at this slightly differently. So the low back, you know, that area just above your pelvic girdle. So right now, if you feel a pronounced amount of weight bearing in your tailbone, I'd like you to try to roll backwards so that the low back is almost connected to your mat. It's not going to be, because the arch of that low back is not going to allow for that very much. But you're going to use your hollowed out tummy to kind of hold that low back. Now, with the heels about hip width apart, rotate the thighs and big toes into touch. Flex the feet. Squeeze the thighs. Squeeze the thighs a little more. Let's bring the arms beside the body with cupped fingers so that the fingertips can be our connection point with the mat. Let's push the chest towards the sky, but keep that belly button pulling into the spine. Squeeze the thighs a little more. Push the heels into the earth. Push your fingertips into the earth. Try to elevate the backside of your body up, but more importantly, squeeze your thighs. Hold, and then release. Oh, extend all the way out. Guys, we're amazing. We're going to just kind of roll the body around a little bit. Let's bring the knees up and into the chest and forehead up to meet the knees. So independently, we're going to pull the knees away from the center line of the body, pull them up towards the head, and then let them relax. And then we're going to circle this around. So you're going to bring the knees together towards the midline, pull up into the chest, pull out away from the body, let them circle down, circle back in, pull up, and do that a couple more times. And then when you're ready, reverse the movement. And then let's everyone meet with the knees pulling into the body. Bring your forehead up to meet your knees, and let's rock and roll slightly forward to back, just to massage at the back. And then make a big effort to come all the way up into a seated position. Nice. Now, cross your legs, whatever style you like. Take a big inhale. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. Exhale, bring hands over hearts. Inhale, lengthen everything. And on the exhale, let me thank you for your participation today. I appreciate your effort, and I appreciate you being here. Hope you have a great Sunday.
High five.
Namaste. High five. Cheers.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. There's Val. Val's way back there. Okay, it's windy there, eh, you guys?
It's windy and sunny.
Windy and sunny.
Yes.
Hi, Val.
We're going golfing, so hopefully the wind will push our balls a little farther.
Excuse me.
Bless you. All right, what time's tee off?
1 o'clock.
Time for a big breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast, maybe a little beach walk.
Nice.
Yeah. What are you up to today?
Yes.
Well, I'm watching the Grand Prix right now.
Oh, fun.
Yep. And I have to do my taxes. I haven't done them.
Mm.
Well, we're the end of April, but I mean, I just have to gather my papers. Kathy and Karen Azis are going to do them for me, but I have to get that organized.
Cool. How about you, Val? What are you up to?
Just going to pull weeds. It's a nice day here, so it's weird.
Pull
I
weeds.
hate
I thought it was
I
a
hate
new restaurant. Okay.
yeah. So, and then planting summer grass.
Oh, nice.
It's
That's fun.
And let's plant and then see. I'm getting my mom back on Sunday, next Saturday.
Wow. Again.
How long is she gonna be in town for this time?
She's gonna be here 6 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's a good visit.
Good daughter. Good daughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are better than me. Better than you.
Bye. Need
Your
a
mom
break.
lived with us for 9 years.
Yeah, she did.
Cool. All right, kids. Well, thank
Okay.
you for that.
Yeah.
We'll see you Tuesday morning.
See you
7
on
o'clock.
Tuesday, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yes.
Woo. Love
Bye,
you,
guys.
ladies.
Have a great
Mwah.
Sunday. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. I can't see anything. Too much glare.